welcome to Tailgate Update. We have the full crew today. Y'all can sit down, okay? Short enough standing ovation. That's enough. But Ryan is back. Ryan Besaw, Caleb Horn, Julie Miller, and myself, Jay Moffitt.
And we're here on Labor Day weekend, so
and I was going to say we're all hyped up for the beginning of football season.
Woo!
Still a lot of other things happening, okay? We're going to lead off with it's finally college football season. Finally opened up with a full slate. Last week was week 0. It kind of was a 0. There's a couple of good games, but this weekend we started out with a full slate. Does anybody want to talk about the Notre Dame game, which was mega competitive?
That was Florida State.
Oh, Caleb, I'm glad you mentioned Florida State, Caleb, because Julie was talking about Florida State a couple weeks ago, and you were questioning it, saying, Florida State's
pro for that.
They're going to win by 50 against Georgia Tech, and they did not win by 50, bro.
Listen, here's the thing. Y'all were talking about it like it was supposed to be a big game. The only reason why it was a big game is because it was in Berlin, Germany.
Whoa. Don't say y'all. Don't say y'all. It was Julie, not me. I didn't care.
I was just simply stating that what should have been a blowout, that game alone should not have been trending. But it was probably because it was the first game of the college football season. And at least for FBS power. But yeah, I can't believe that they lost. Like, what in the world?
Last second field goal.
DJ Uyunglele is not very good. We're now on college number 3 for him, and that dude can't throw it more than 10 yards down the field without getting picked off. So pretty rough opening, but I think they redeemed themselves this week.
Florida State?
I think, if they played yet.
We'll say Sunday.
They might play later.
Yeah, I don't think they play yet.
They play tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, they're a standalone game against Boston College tomorrow. So we'll see how that one goes. They should probably boat race that team too, but we'll see. There was that Texas A&M Notre Dame was like 6-6 going into the fourth quarter. Like, that's very anti-college. But Texas A&M, bunch of Colt people over there. I don't know. That's just a weird college. I don't know, Jay, if you know, like the midnight yell that they do.
Yeah.
Friday nights before games.
Pretty weird stuff.
It's like odd. Like, they go out of their way to be weird.
I mean, they made them stop the bonfire a couple years ago.
Yeah. Well,
and that was some of the weirdest stuff ever.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, it was.
But
moving on to other losers in the state of Florida. How about them Gators?
Oh my gosh. So that was like a battle of 2 programs, 2 coaches that are kind of fighting for their lives. And Cristobal definitely got the better end of that one. 41-17, just completely boat raced the Gators in the swamp nonetheless. So I'd say, and I don't know if you've seen the player in the locker room after the game. It's put like a Instagram story or whatever up saying F this team.
I saw that. That wasn't fake, huh? That was legit.
I think that's legit. I don't know.
Looked legit. It looked too clumsy not to be legit.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. You never know with Barstool. It could be fake, but if Napier lost the locker room week 1, that's might be and mind you, they fired Dan Mullen after he won 30 games in 3 years and went to New Year's Six Bowls 3 years in a row. But that wasn't good enough. So
and they tossed him. Yeah.
He said, "See you later, buddy." Georgia smoked Clemson 34-3. Dabo, I think it's time to hang it up, man. I get with the program, or you just got to move on to a smaller deal, because I mean, you can't be getting bounced like that in the first game. You had 6 months to prepare almost for this game, and you got just pooped on.
So this Cam Ward guy from Miami looks pretty decent.
Yeah, he's really good. Came from Washington State.
Yeah.
Left there, I'm guessing, because that conference, and the Pac-12 was dissolved, basically. So what's up?
Yeah, he went to Incarnate Word.
No.
No, that's my Achilles heel.
Yeah, he transferred out of there to Washington, and then he went to Miami.
What are they, like a prep school?
I don't know.
They're a fake school.
They're not real.
That's right. That's where I've heard of them. They're kind of on the edge. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're from Texas, so they're like out of San Antonio. But yeah, he looks pretty decent. He put up 385 yards against Florida, which, from what I heard from Jay, Florida don't look too hot. So
no, but maybe
I'll take that with a grain of salt.
9-3. Who knows? The first week, that's the problem. And someone pointed out that Georgia Tech last year, they were behind it by halftime by only 3 to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, their program, I mean, it is going to be a lot better. They're not the Georgia Tech of 4 or 5 years ago, but man,
I don't hold much.
Florida State was talking reckless all off season, crying all off season because they got left out of the CFP. They get all these transfers come in and fall flat. And someone made a good point. They're like, well, you can't be like, well, Florida State can't just throw a team together and win with a bunch of transfer players. You can't say that and then also be like, well, Dabo can't win without transfer players. Just got a bunch of homegrown talent. So which is it? Is a transfer portal, like, is it a good thing or a bad thing for teams, So
it's week 1. I don't really hold much stock in week 1 for anything.
I mean, it's different though in college. It's not like the NFL. You're talking about like Georgia versus Clemson. Like Georgia's going to be in the CFP.
Well, obviously, yeah, but
like Notre Dame beating A&M. Like, I don't think either one of those teams. A&M shouldn't even be ranked. Notre Dame probably shouldn't be number 7. Miami might actually be back. The U might be back.
I hope so. Sincerely, I hope so.
But what you were talking about with transfer players, every team has 60-80%. So no one has chemistry yet.
Exactly. Except for Clemson.
It's now less based on growing your talent, more so on being attractable to transfer portals.
I mean, it's
pretty much all this.
Kids coming out. Same in basketball too, because now you're not going to play a bunch of freshmen when I can get a grown ass man who's a junior or senior that's been playing JUCO ball or maybe just a smaller program in the FBS, and like that dude's got tons of reps, tons of experience, and he's 2021, just ready to go to the NFL now. So it's a big difference. But Arch Manning threw his first touchdown pass as a Longhorn. That was pretty exciting against CSU. Texas shut them out 52-0. Oregon.
Stop it.
Why'd you even show up?
Oregon 24-14 over Idaho. Even though their quarterback threw 450 yards. That seems
His defense is poop.
Is Idaho? What the division do they play? What conference?
Mountain, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's that. They might be FCS.
They might be FCS because I know Boise State, obviously, but Idaho, I have not heard their name mentioned much.
No, when maybe they just got insanely good defense. They'll bend but don't break, but that's crazy. 24-14. Like, I would have expected a Texas type score with that one. Michigan kind of snuck by Fresno State 30-10. The star running back Donovan Edwards, I don't know, the guy that's on the cover of the college football game, only ran for 27 yards. And then that was pretty much it. Arizona's, bear with me here, wide receiver named Tairoa McMillan, 10 catches, 300 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, the 4 touchdowns is amazing.
You said Tyrella McMillan?
Ted Tairoa, I think. Tetairoa.
Our research team is
Julie's
sleeping.
hot on it right now.
Excuse me, they're on Labor Day vacation. Calm down.
So we're getting paid double for this, right? It's Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, this is double time, right?
Yeah, that's how that works.
We're gonna have to have a conversation with IW.
contract negotiations are in works.
We're unionizing.
And then Jay's Memphis Tigers 40-0 over North Alabama, and my Illini go 45-0 over Eastern Illinois. So,
marquee matchups right there, man.
Yeah,
Memphis was going touchdown by touchdown with Alabama. I kept flipping back and forth. They were the same score all the way through halftime.
So you guys can hang with Memphis or with Alabama then. That's what I'm saying.
You put Western Kentucky and North Alabama on the field. I mean, that's a dogfight.
There we go, baby.
Comparable programs.
Tonight we got LSU versus USC, 2 ranked games.
Should be good.
Imagine LSU is gonna. I don't know. USC's defense should be a lot better, but they don't have Caleb Williams, so we'll see.
Yes.
That's 6:30 Central.
St. Caleb's now in Chicago, so
yeah, we're aware of where he is. Thank you.
Yeah, he's gonna win Rookie of the Year.
Okay. Well, let's
MVP.
roll over after we watch basically it's week 1, but it was close to preseason except for a couple of teams that ruined their season in the first week. What about the NFL? I mean, we're going to talk about our guy from San Francisco that got shot in the street, but luckily was released from the hospital today.
Did you hear he fended him off too and shot him?
I didn't hear that.
Excuse me?
I didn't hear that.
He was wrestling the robber. He was trying to wrestle the robber, and obviously Ricky got shot, but then he shot the robber too. So
okay,
dude's a certified badass, and glad to hear that he's okay.
I definitely got like a Wicked Boys in the Hood thing right there when you said Ricky.
I know. I said
that.
Okay,
I didn't know where we were going with that, but yes,
absolutely. This is a lot better story.
Yeah, this is a much better outcome.
This ended way better
for Ricky.
No, Ricky, man, why'd y'all gotta do that to me?
Football career is intact, and he's alive and well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I saw the statement from the family that said that it missed all the vital organs, so that's really good news.
It was just straight through. Went straight through. Yeah.
Someone said he's going to be John Wick in the locker room pretty soon. I just assume you just call him John Rick.
John Rick.
Thank you, Jay.
That was good.
I'm here all week.
Good job, Caleb.
So, I mean, they finally have finished preseason, but let's see. Caleb, I don't know if you've got all the people, but we know that Jamar Chase and who else is still holding out after
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams.
So we got 2 holdouts all the way.
Oh, man, Trent.
And they've got years on the contract. It's not like they're in the last year.
Yeah, Jamar's I kind of understand because he's going into the last true year of his contract. And then he's got a 2025 team option.
Okay.
Which the Bengals aren't going to not pick that up, obviously. And that one, I think that's worth $25 million. So his is a little more understandable. It just sounds like Zach Taylor and him are not on the same page at all. Because I don't know if you guys seen Coach Taylor's like, hey, he's going to be here. I think it was in regards to Wednesday's practice. And he's going to practice. And then Jamar just strolls up in street clothes like 10 minutes late.
Yes.
And then obviously Taylor gets asked, like, what the heck? You said he's going to practice. Like, what's going on? And it just sounds like the vibes are off terribly.
It kind of makes it sound like he made him look like a little.
Just make up an injury.
It sounds like Jamar's like, oh, I'm going to be at practice. You're right, I will.
Sounds like we know who wears the pants in the locker room is what I should say.
I would say so.
Hey, I'm all here for it. You gonna flex, big man? Show me what you're gonna do about it. Okay.
Well, speaking of big man, Trent Williams, that one I'm confused by. He's got 3 legitimate years left on his contract. He's 36 years old right now.
Is he 36? I thought he was 38.
And he's gonna be 38 by the end of it.
Okay, gotcha.
Wow. And he's going to get extension from that.
Negotiations.
But he's still making, I mean, it's like 20 mil or something like that a year. I'm like, I don't understand how. I don't get that one. Like, truly, I don't.
I was going to say, has there been anybody extended past age 39 that wasn't a quarterback?
That's
very rare.
Not any more than so the Bears had Jason Peters on their team, I think 2 years ago, and he was 40 at the time, but that was like a 1-year deal.
No,
I think it was league minimum.
Big Whit was extended when he was 38.
Who?
Whitworth.
Yeah, he was still really serviceable though, wasn't he?
Oh yeah,
he's a beast. I mean, he's hardly the norm, but
yeah,
Trent's
Andrew Whitworth
still a top 5 tackle, I think. But
I don't know. He's kind of like a human laundromat because there's a lot of laundry on the field when he's on there. Dropped a lot of penalties lately.
Well, he tends to be bullying people a lot.
Yeah.
Like entire teams.
But there were a lot of signings going on at the end. I mean, CD Lamb got signed. All the wide receivers are really racking up some big numbers.
Jay, do your thing. Do your thing. The CD Lamb one.
CD Lamb, I don't have it in me today. I'm sorry, Julie.
Oh, disappointing the fans, Jay.
I know. I'm sorry.
Not just me, the fans.
Julie put you on the spot and you just disappointed.
I know.
My first week back and you can't even do it.
Jay's like, I am not answering the bell today.
I'm saving it up for the start of the season. I'm sorry. I will be ready for you.
Hey, we're like 4 days away.
I know.
Disperse a little bit of energy.
Thursday night game.
Thursday night, yeah.
I know. I got to muster it up too, Jay. I'm gonna have to get a couple of pumpkin spice lattes and.
Oh.
There you go. It is September 1st. So
White Girl Fall's coming.
Happy September, everybody.
White Girl Fall's already been here because it debuted like last week. So
yeah, have y'all been waking up to like 50-degree weather?
Sorta.
No, it's still hot as well
not
here.
Last week, but the week before.
I loved it. I woke up. It was 82 degrees. I went out to the park. It was wonderful to be.
Listen to this guy.
That's about where. I think New Jersey has a permanent heat wave because I can't remember when it was actually. I wasn't sweating for the last. I don't know how long.
That's so.
6 days ago, it was triple figures here. So
I'm just trying to find a day that doesn't rain. So
same.
It hasn't rained here in forever. It's just heat.
It rained most of August here.
Yeah, it seemed like it was raining every single day there.
Literally.
Yeah, so if you want to send some of that 50 over, I'll take it.
But CD Lamb got signed. Ayuk got signed too.
Ayuk, the same stinking number that they proposed in like a month ago.
That's what I heard. The same number. He basically just skipped all the pre-camp and training camp just for that reason. Just so he could sit out camp.
Playing the game.
He needed a longer vacation. Okay, I get that.
Playing the game. I appreciate it. And they got this. I know that all the sports stations are very grateful too because they had something to talk about for 30 days. So.
And that's what people keep talking about. He's not a top level dude. He's good, but he's not worth spending your lead of your sportscast for a solid month. This guy is holding out for what? To be like the number one receiver on a top 12 team, you know?
Well, and that's what people were talking about. They're saying that he is viewed as a wide receiver one, like a true number one.
Yeah.
San Francisco just doesn't utilize him as one. But then their flip side of that was like, well, just because that's not how you want to use him, it doesn't mean that he should be financially punished for it, essentially.
Oh.
Which I agree with. You know?
Bro, it's the same deal that they brought in 6 months ago. He just agreed to it.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
He finally caved. Like, it wasn't like they decided they were going to give him more money. It was, here's the deal. You don't want it. Okay, trade me. Yeah. And then it was a whole saga, bunch of drama for nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
It's kind of like Saquon holding out for a few $1,000s more.
Big feelings.
I'm just telling you what the GMs are saying, bro.
I'm just saying that it's just dumb. I had a good time with it. All this drama for nothing. Here I am thinking I'm not gonna have to see his stinking face on the field when he plays the Rams twice a year. All right, and then he's back.
You never got to be that lucky.
But that was one of the things about this offseason. There was no storylines except money. I mean, a solid month. ESPN would be talking about money because they couldn't talk about quarterback battles. They couldn't talk about running back battles because the only people that were on the field in exhibition season were just there to try to make the 53-man roster. There was no legitimate competition during training camp or the other. I don't know what y'all
Fields
think.
And Wilson would be
Is it because the money's so big now that they have to, as a GM, protect your investment? You can't put the second highest paid guy out there, even if he's a better player.
It's really wise because that way they can go and head into the regular season without having done it, so they can get injured in week 1 or 2.
There's definitely like that's definitely been a thing throughout the league's history, no doubt. I don't know any quarterback that's going to start that should be starting, if that makes sense.
You should at least give your starter week 1 reps in preseason or week 3 reps in preseason to give them.
I think Drake May should be starting in New England. I think that's the only one I disagree about.
He's probably better than Brissett right now, but I think it's a kind of a protection deal that they're doing because what does New England have to throw to, and who do they have protecting him on the line?
True.
I don't know. It might not be bad. I think it is, but I think that's a way of them like, hey, sit, hang out,
learn.
You got to go in and play. You got to go in and play, but
sit, learn, hang out. Protect the investment. It's a new era too, so
which it's very rare in this league for that to happen anymore. Like nobody, like Caleb Williams isn't going to sit this year, right? Like he's day 1 as soon as they drafted him. Like that's our guy.
Well, but it's like Julie said. Week 1, week 2, we're going to get major injuries, and then they're going to say why. Well, that's because the guy hadn't run 10 minutes of on-field plays in 6 months.
Stop calling me out, Jay.
No, we're also going to see, turf is a problem, which it is. We're going to have the turf versus grass debate again for the next 6 months. Yeah, that MetLife's like the ACL monster of the league.
Just carpet, baby. That's all. Just playing on some carpet.
Look, it's easier to vacuum that way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
We don't need all those like little black pebbles on there. Like we don't need that. That's just messy.
Yeah, but hey, can we get back to the IU deal for a second here?
Absolutely.
Didn't we just do that?
$76 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
Okay, and he has 2 years left on his deal already.
Is he another one of them?
Yeah, he has 2 years left on his deal. Got a 4-year extension for $120 million, $76 million guaranteed, and $47 million of it is to be paid to him before April 1st of next year. That's oddly specific, is it not?
Me and my brother-in-law were talking today. Why don't NFL players do, and maybe it's coming from the team that's not letting this happen, but why don't they do a Bobby Bonilla deal?
An Ohtani deal?
Bobby Bonilla or Ohtani, where it's just a bunch of deferred money. And it doesn't have to be as egregious where it's like we're only going to pay like 2% up front and then 98% of it's going to be on the back end. And it's more like front load your signing bonus, pay them a decent yearly average, but then for like 10, 15 years afterwards, pay them $1 to $5 million a year, whatever it equates to, after their contract expired.
I'm not going to say it's because
seems like a good deal.
Certain league players are more intelligent when it comes to their money, but maybe it's that type of thing. Like NFL players want their money now rather than.
Well, it's because Joe Burrow got paid $50 million a year on average. I want to be paid $50.1 million a year on average, so I can say I'm the most paid. That's the only thing I can think of. It's like for a season I can be told I'm paid the most.
Again, it's I want my money now rather than I want my money later in life.
Dude, that would be such.
I want to spend it now. I want to spend it now.
Here's the thing: you're already getting paid what $10+ million a year. Yeah, sure. Taxes knocks it down to $6 to $7 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, shit. Wouldn't you like to, after you're done playing, have $5 million a year rolling in guaranteed for X amount of years? That'd be
rather than just saving it. You can just keep getting paid.
It's better than any retirement plan you're gonna have.
Yeah.
I don't know all the specifics, but I believe it may have something to do because the baseball contracts are more usually fully guaranteed.
Well,
and it would be a little more complicated if it's broken up, like the football contracts have to be, where it's only partially guaranteed. That makes it tougher on the back end to do those sort of deals.
So, okay, just make your signing bonus, which is essentially usually all the truly guaranteed money that they're going to get.
Okay.
I'd be like, give me 90% of that 10 years from now. Just spread it out.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be an interesting thing to look at for later. But I mean, it's got to have something to do with the way that the collective bargaining has it down.
Maybe.
Because baseball is a much stronger union than football.
It is. I think it would help teams out paying elite players right now while also not breaking your cap. Because I mean, you think about the quarterbacks. I mean, more and more of that cap space is being chewed up by quarterbacks, percentage-wise. Not just it's the percentage of their contract versus the cap space is growing exponentially. And at some point, you're not going to be able to have a full team of legitimate NFL talent. And you're going to have to just hit that strike it perfectly between your draft class and your free agent signings and your quarterback. Just a tough dance.
That's true, but you got to remember, too, as the quarterback salaries have gone up, they've lessened the actual squad size from it used to being 55, 58 to now it's 53 plus a traveling squad, a practice squad. And those guys have become interchangeable, and they're not even guaranteed for the full year.
No, that's true. I don't know. It's not like basketball where you only have 12 people to pay and a handful of coaches. It's like 40 coaches and 50 some players that you got to pay, and their cap is fairly similar.
That's true. But the reason the holdouts happen every year is because it works. You hardly ever hear. I mean,
that's true.
When you get past Bell with Bell with Pittsburgh maybe 6 or 8 years ago, I can't remember one that didn't work out at least as good for the player as where he started.
True.
I can't remember where it went backwards on him.
True. But
Saquon didn't work out.
Those are 2 running backs, though.
Saquon, yeah, you're right.
Saquon didn't work out at all.
Those are 2 running
settled
backs
for the franchise tag.
I mean, we're talking a receiver, a top 5 receiver in most circles. You're not going to not pay Jamar Chase. You saw the 49ers. I mean, they had multiple offers on the table. They still would not dump Ayuk. So you're right. The holdouts do work.
Yeah.
Personally, I think they overpaid for Ayuk's services, but that's just my opinion and my feelings. But
out of all the signings and everything, did anybody see something that moved the needle for them to where you thought, I really thought he would leave or not be signed in time, or that this is key for this, I mean, for me, I thought CeeDee Lamb was a huge signing, but I really felt like it really pushed Dak to be a little bittersweet right now.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe. For the 3rd year in a row, we have Dak conversations about his contract. Is Dak getting a new contract? What's Dak's money going to be like? How long will Dak's contracts be? Like, he hadn't really done much in this league since he's been here. How worthy is he of getting a giant contract like Joe Burrow or Mahomes?
How worthy is CeeDee Lamb? I mean, they're garbage time kings. They
can agree with that. Yeah,
they blow you out when shit doesn't matter, but as soon as the rubber meets the road, come November, December,
they disappear. Yeah,
doing anything.
Yeah. Well, CeeDee Lamb is one of the better receivers in the league.
Caught a touchdown that matters.
Against Detroit, I suppose.
Sick. 1.
Yeah, that 90-yard touchdown I got.
I don't keep a lot of stats in my head like that.
And that was because the Detroit player forgot how to football.
And he tripped. Yeah.
So that was more about him than it was.
Yeah, but if you're CeeDee Lamb, you say, I'm here with Dak, who's only won, like you said, the one playoff game in the last 3 or 4 years. And if you're CeeDee Lamb, if you're on the team with C.J. Stroud or Caleb Williams, maybe you're a top 3 receiver in the league.
CD's route running is very good, and his hands are really good.
I'm not saying he's not good. I
see what you're saying, but
he's not number 1 paid receiver material, in my opinion.
No, but he's the number 1 clear on Dallas. That's not saying much, but
I could put 10 other guys and they'd be the clear number 1 as well.
Yeah.
Also, I was looking at the wide receiver rooms and how much money they're allocating. The Bears are allocating, I think, $63 million to their wide receiver room, which consists of Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and Tyler Scott for 4. And then for the Cowboys, it's like $59 million for CeeDee, washed up Cooks, and then 2 guys I've never heard of. Like they don't know how to spend money, is my point.
No,
they have no idea. And they're gonna pay Dak. they're going to pay CeeDee. They might trade Micah, but they might pay him. And then they're going to win 11 games and then get shit kicked in the first round of playoffs again.
More than likely, yeah.
Let's write that down so we can point it out if it happens.
It also helps that they play in a garbage East division, bro. Like the East
pretty bad.
Is bad.
I mean,
other than Philly, and Philly is like sliding off too.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't know that Jalen Hurts is
that guy.
I
don't see it.
He's propped up on a lot of 1 yard tush pushes.
Yeah.
Look.
I think he's okay.
I wonder how it's going to be now that Kelsey's gone. Like, how is the tush push going to work now? Because Kelsey
I've heard
horse.
some grumblings out of Philly and how they feel about Jalen now that Kelsey's here. And look out, teams are probably going to be blitzing a crap ton against him.
Yeah,
it's because I guess he's having a really hard time handling it. Because Kelsey's going to be a Hall of Famer, right?
Oh yeah, probably more than likely.
He's the one that called it all out. So we'll see what they do. They still got crazy good skill position players. Jalen is still a decent quarterback, I think, but I think it's mostly post snap versus pre snap in terms of how good he is.
And they also added Saquon, and they have DeVonta Smith on the outside with AJ Brown and Dallas Goedert's there.
Yeah.
They have great talent.
Early to nail their coffin.
Yeah, they have great talent. It's just how's the defense going to hold up?
Yeah, I was going to say with
Georgia
defense,
team they drafted isn't really.
All the defense have kind of fallen off. You used to see some of the top 20 players in the league being paid were defensive guys, and that's kind of gone by the wayside because the top 10 will always be quarterbacks from now on.
The way the league is driven now, Jay, is offense. The rules are geared toward offensive production.
Yeah.
It's more of I need to win the shootout rather than I need to stop and suffocate people.
Yeah.
That's
what happened. What happened with
tackle.
Pretty much
with the Titans, they picked up a bunch of people for like a song. They've got 9 of 11 new people on defense since they got Rand Carthon from San Francisco, and San Francisco had a really good defense.
Your defense, your middle linebacker room has been depleted this offseason there, Jay.
Just the linebackers. I mean, we got 2 good cornerbacks.
Yeah, your linebacking crew is. Whew.
We'll see how good they are, Jay.
We've got like a mountain of a man from Alabama, Sweat, on the defensive line.
Yeah, and you just added Ernest Jones, a Pro Bowl level middle linebacker.
Yeah,
pretty intelligent, young. He's on the last year of his deal. Got him for pretty cheap too.
Saying the defense runs under the radar anymore.
Yeah,
you feeling all right about week 1, Jay?
No, we're gonna get slapped.
Oh, well, that's not fun.
I'm sorry.
Caleb was hoping for like a smack talk, like, oh
yeah,
I'm
we're gonna
sorry.
Smoke you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I expect Caleb Williams to come out of the gate fresh and hot, and to beat him by 3 touchdowns, and then
Caleb
we'll
might come out, throw 5 picks. You never know.
Well,
no, that's Stetson Bennett's job.
It doesn't matter. Will Levy will be having the ball after the pick. Unless he leaves them at the 2-yard line, I don't think there'll be many automatic touchdowns for the Titans the first.
There's definitely gonna be some growing pains for Caleb, at least for the first couple of weeks. It always happens.
It'll be up and down. I'm expected, but I still think something crazy. He's got to beat Bears rookie quarterback records. I think he has to throw 16 touchdown passes to break the record and like 128 yards a game.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
That's embarrassing. Just
seriously, who owns the records? Is it like Rex Grossman or somebody like that?
I mean, Jim McMahon.
It's not even him. It's
Sid Luckman.
It might be Orton. Yeah, it might be Luckman. Shoot,
might be Luckman from the 40s.
The Bears still do not have a 30 touchdown passer and still do not have a 4,000 yard passer. So
that's embarrassing.
When I tell you, I am like starving.
Jay Cutler never threw for 30.
That shocked me too, actually, because he had some years where he just was.
That 2010 year where he was.
He was fundamentally good at times. Yes.
That from like 2010 to 12 or 13, he was really good. Then the defense just started falling off, and then he got hurt in those last 2 years, which he was probably on pace to throw for 30. Because I think that they were 10-3 and 7-1 in 2 of those years and missed the playoffs both times because he got hurt.
Let's go around the room one quick time or semi-quick time and your impressions of the upcoming season. If you got any surprises either for week 1 or overall what you're looking at for the NFL season.
We doing Super Bowl predictions?
No, not yet, man.
Why?
I can't do that yet.
It's week 0. Like,
all right, it's week
also,
0.
What the hell is a week 0 in college football?
Yeah, what is that?
What is a week 0? Like, are we playing football? Yeah, okay, it's week 1. Thanks.
Is that like scrimmage week or something, or what?
Anyway, it was supposed to be scrimmage week for Florida State, but they forgot.
Yeah.
Super Bowl predictions. Come on, don't be scared.
Are we gonna really have to do this? Because I guarantee you, come January, that we're gonna see some like WWE bullshit, and Mahomes will be in the Super Bowl again on some some late pass interference
call. Don't come in here and ruin the fun. Okay. Just unearth your inner child and just heart of hearts. Who do you want in there? Right?
Who do I want in there?
Who I want or who I think?
God, man, I'd love to see a Rams and Bills Super Bowl, man.
Is the brain and heart too much different?
No, baby.
Okay.
Not really.
Huh?
Okay, Caleb, it's your idea. You start.
Shit.
That's not fun, Jay. All right, Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to Ravens.
Okay.
Detroit.
Ooh.
Baltimore and Detroit. Okay.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. Harbaugh versus Campbell. Oh my gosh.
You think this is the year that Lamar gets over the hump?
I think that another year of Zay Flowers, Derrick Henry, I think will fit in very well. And Mark Andrews probably stays healthy this year, and Lamar doesn't feel so much pressure on himself to do crazy shit. So
here's my question to you: Now that they have Derrick Henry, are they going to stick with the same offense they've been using with the Lamar dual threat? Are they going to force him to be more of a drop back, roll out passer?
Okay, Ryan, I think you're just stalling at this point. Let's have your pick next
before
we cross-examine Caleb.
They're going to play to his strengths.
Play to his strengths? Okay, gotcha.
Because Harbaugh is a good coach.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just asking questions.
Hey. I'm going to answer, baby.
Where are you going with it, Ryan?
Yeah, man. This my homer pick is I want to see the Rams in the Super Bowl, but like I don't think
only one team.
But
I think,
Get the other team.
Give the other team? All right. Shit.
Yeah.
Rams and Bills in the Super Bowl.
Bills.
Rams and Bills.
I'd love to see the Bills, but I think they're going to win like 9 games this year.
I think they got 10.
Milano's already out.
Yeah, the defense worries me for Buffalo, but
Josh has nobody to throw to. They have no run game.
What do you mean no run game? They had James Cook, bro. James Cook was a 1,000-yard rusher last year.
So was DeAndre Swift. What's up?
DeAndre Swift's pretty good.
Thank you.
I'll go with mine. I'm going to go with Buffalo. And I'm going to go with San Francisco.
Buffalo and San Francisco. That'd be interesting.
That would be a fun one.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be the,
CMC show.
Be the throwback bowl. Yeah.
It would be.
It'd be a CMC bowl right there.
It'd be the 80s versus the 90s.
Be running all over the place.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's your turn, Julie. I mean, you're probably going to be right out of all of us. So give it your shot.
Her predictions are pretty good usually.
I know.
Well, usually spot on.
She uses her head and not her heart. So.
Well, that's true. Some say I don't have one, but anyway.
She got a black hole right there.
Okay. The 49ers and the Texans.
Oh.
Texans would be a lot of fun.
I can feel
Texans
that,
versus
actually.
Lions would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I can feel that.
I wasn't aiming for fun, but if you were to say fun, I could compromise on the Lions and the Texans for sure.
No fun league.
The thing with Detroit
I'm here for it. I think we're all here for when the Lions might get it. So, but that's my guess.
at the Bears' expense, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
If they beat the Bears in like the NFC Championship game, I will cry real tears.
He'll be missing the next show.
Film it, and then we will post it.
Caleb will be taking 3 weeks off to recoup.
Maybe 4. For segment.
Okay. One last thing. Your most improved team, your surprise team for this year.
Oh man, now you guys thinking about who was bad last year.
Am I up right now?
Pick.
Yeah, you take it, Caleb, while Ryan's thinking.
I'm gonna go homer here and say the Bears. Their over/under, I think, is at 8.5 games to Vegas. I think that they, even if Caleb has a very uneven season, I think that with their schedule, they can, and the talent pool they have right now, 10 wins is the absolute basement right now. I think they win 11 or 12. I don't know that they win the division, though, because I think the division is very deep, minus Minnesota. So that's my most improved team. Could be the Saints, though, too.
Really? Okay.
Or Atlanta. I think there's going to be a team out of the South that surprises.
A girl can hope about Atlanta because they've shamed themselves so much that I just really hope that with the draft that they can like find any source of pride in themselves ever again.
We're hoping.
Yeah.
I don't mind Atlanta.
I do think Atlanta. I think Atlanta definitely. I think the addition of Kirk Cousins is going to be awesome for him.
And
he overachieves always.
The firing of Arthur Smith too should help.
Yeah. I honestly think adding Kirk Cousins to go along with Robinson in the backfield is going to be awesome.
I'm excited to see Robinson.
I want to go homer, but I'm going to probably shock you all with my pick for surprise of this year is the Denver Broncos.
Really? Okay.
Because of Bo Nix. Bo
Nix.
Nix was in college forever. He made every team he played on better. Their division, besides Kansas City, is very,
it's wide open.
In and out with the Raiders, and used to be San Diego, but basically the Chargers. All those people could easily go like 5-12.
Who's Herbert throwing to this year?
That's the thing. They always talk about Herbert, but who they surround him with?
Nobody.
Who's Herbert throwing to?
Quentin Johnson. He can't hang on to the ball.
Yeah. Harbaugh's got better hands than he does.
Yeah.
So I like that pick.
I think we covered everything on there.
You didn't ask me. God damn it, Jay.
Oh, I thought your thing was Atlanta. I'm sorry. What did you set alone? Is it Atlanta or are you going to follow?
I was just agreeing. Okay.
Okay. What is your official pick?
The Cardinals.
Huh.
Wow. Okay.
You're right about that. I'm going to be kind of pissed about that one if you're right.
Yeah. If Arizona is – what did they have last year? 3 wins?
That's what I'm saying. It depends on what you determine to be
3 or 4.
They'll definitely win 6 games this year, I think.
Yeah, surprise is going from lowest to good.
I think we will see a market improvement that does not necessarily reflect the league as a whole.
Okay.
See, there's that brain in action right now.
Okay.
That's what you all pay me for, right?
Now
we don't pay you.
I think we're wrapped up with the football section, and we'll just kind of circle the room one last time to see if anyone has any final thoughts or, of course, promoting any of your projects you got going on, things like that. We'll go like clockwise, so we'll start with Ryan and wrap it back around to Julie.
My projects?
Promote your promote
yeah, we
any
don't want to know about
writing
your
or
DIY
podcast or
coop,
your
okay?
your Twitter feed.
Well, I haven't really been doing much on social media lately, but just like the video. How about that?
How about that?
Give us a follow if you don't.
There you go. That's something.
That's my chance. Okay. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, ding, and let us know what do you think? Who's going to make it into the Super Bowl, and who's your sleeper team? And did you watch the Paralympics?
I did not. For speaking of Olympics, can we talk about the Olympics for one moment here? Breakdancing.
Mm-hmm.
Breakdancing.
What are we doing?
What was that?
That is okay. There's some stuff that's subjective, like gymnastics and stuff like that, where it's somebody's opinion on how you did, essentially. But breakdance,
I'm surprised nobody tried to put a wallet in her mouth or something. She looks like she's having a seizure out there.
In the world.
What is she doing?
Okay. I want to bring up a couple of things too. Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Caleb.
One, the Cubs, don't let them get hot.
Oh, stuff it.
They've won 12 of 15. They're 71-65. And guess what? They've scored 99 runs in the past 10 games.
Who'd they play?
9.9. We're not talking about that, Ryan.
Didn't they play Pittsburgh for
we're
like 4 of those?
We're not talking about who they play.
Oh, okay.
Stay on topic, Ryan.
Please. Thank you. Any 2.
Oh, Caleb, okay, go ahead, 2.
Only Randy Moss, Mike Evans, DeAndre Hopkins, and Larry Fitzgerald have had more receiving yards before turning 27 than, guess who? Bears receiver DJ Moore, who, I can't remember his name. I'm gonna find his name and I'm gonna tag it on this episode. Certain somebody does not think he's a top 20 receiver. Bears players stay paying the Bears tax, because if these guys were on any other team, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, they'd be on that list.
Wait, time out. You said somebody doesn't think he's a top 20 receiver?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be me. I wouldn't do anything like that. Can't tag me. Wasn't me.
I'm not gonna tag you, baby.
Who was it?
You're a ball knower. I can't remember
Was it a talking head?
It was a talking head from ESPN.
Stephen A.
Nah, it wasn't that. He's like a
Graziano,
like 3rd tier kind of guy.
3rd tier.
Grazi.
Yeah, nah, he's like.
We'll look him up. We'll help you tag him when we come back with archery at the Paralympics, which some of us watched a little bit of, but Julie's watched a good bit of. Can you talk about that a little bit, Julie?
Well, there's a lot to cover, so I can't get it all, but I will talk about some of the highlights here. So the Paralympics are happening, and then we have the archery, and it is blowing up because I guess America, as we should be, appreciates the ability to. We have some of the archers have arms, but some don't, and it's just really impressive to see people using usually legs, to do such an amazing feat, and then to do it so well. Like, I mean, not only are you just doing it, but you're also like practically beating records. So Max Tutzman is actually the first one to have done it, and he's 41. He was the only armless archer for a long time, but he's a trailblazer, so we want to shout him out because he's been sort of mentoring other armless archers as well. And he's a 4-time Paralympian and a silver medalist who broke the world record in 2015 for the farthest accurate archery shot with a compound bow, regardless of disability status. So, yes. And he hit a target from 310 yards. So then, this is quite shocking. Miss Kierkegaard, hope I got that right. She crossed the barrier of 700, and she set a new world record in compound women's bows, and she got the gold in the 2024 Paralympics. And she was neck and neck with another armless archer, Sheetal Devi, who's from India, and they both beat the record of the 2 para compound women who shot over 700. So that and Kier got 704, and I believe that Devi got 703. So they are out here killing it. Plus, the shocking part is that Miss Devi is only 17. So talk about killing it. She got 703 out of 720, which is the second highest ever. So big deal. Yeah, and to do it all at 17, it's just really shocking. So we are loving it. And then we also have our first pregnant woman who is in the archery competition, the Paralympic archery competition. Now, she is not an armless archer, but again, that's not a requirement for the position. So just a couple highlights there. We are out here breaking records right and left with our ladies. 17, pregnant. Most of them are doing it without arms. We love it. And so we are just shouting at them out and appreciating the people who have cleared the way. And Matt was talking about his parents, and he's like, his parents did not have a lot of time for excuses. They're like, well, are you going to shoot the bow or not? So he figured out how to do it with his legs. And I got to say, like, that may be seen as some tough love for some, but I mean, he is killing it in the Paralympics, so it clearly paid off somehow. So that is a little introduction into what's going on in archery. And now we all know that we need to catch it far more often, because who knew?
That's amazing stuff, Julie. And yeah, Peacock did a really good job of promoting it all during the Olympics. So a lot of people just kind of rolled over into it, doing it right after and on the same network so people could find it. That was a really good job of cross promotion.
Yeah.
We were all kind of really into the Olympic soccer and really into the UEFA. At least I was into the UEFA. But now there's still some high level soccer going on. And we had a game between Barcelona and Valladolid. And Julie, you want to talk about that just a little bit?
Valladolid, but yes. And I would definitely say that it's high level soccer, considering it's the English Premier League. That just started their season, so yeah, I would say so. So we're just going to talk about this because Barcelona versus Valladolid, wow. So Barcelona ended the game with a 7-0, and Rafinha, he scored a hat trick, which means 3 or more points. So not only did they like completely skunk them, or whatever it is that you call it when you get 0, they got 7, which if you watch any amount of soccer, you know that like 80 points is a big deal, but 7 points is epic, and a hat trick. And so wow, so we had to talk about all of those things. I think that they said that this is the biggest win Barcelona has ever had over another team, with a 7-0, despite the other team's talent level, which I think was a dig at Valladolid, which seems possibly warranted at this point. But we just Barcelona, I believe, still has a perfect score, no losses, I believe, and they have continued to scare their opponents by doing a 7-0, which is, I haven't ever seen anything like it. 0, that's kind of normal. 7-0, no. So
7-0, is that the proper terminology?
Yeah, that's it. That's how they say it in England.
Look at me, I know things.
Yes.
I mean, speaking of knowing things, Caleb, your Twitter feed, the Cap?
At the Cap 11, baby. I will not be on the next 2 episodes. We'll be traveling. So I will miss week 1 and 2's episodes. Jay, I don't wish, but I do wish your Titans good luck.
Thank you, sir.
No, I don't know about
and,
that. You're hoping for a 16-1, right?
And right, exactly. Yep. Surprise team of the year.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'm on at Ajax Allen on Twitter. And Julie's already said the good part about what you need to do on this episode. We'll be promoting this on X once it's cleaned up and finished up. So turn it over to Julie.
Do your thing, Julie.
It's so much.
How was that?
So much energy coming from Julie today. It's electric. It's an electric factory over there.
Apparently, we pay her for this. So
yeah, it's another crime everywhere, and I'm writing a lot, and it's a lot. All right. Good one, folks. We will see you again after week 1 or during week 1. We'll release it after week 1, film during week 1, and we can't wait to talk about what happens. All right.